One way you can really increase the sense of the people, the character of the people in your memoir scenes is to capture the dialogue exactly the way they speak. And here I have an example. I'm not going to read out the whole story. You can pause this and read the whole story and then play it again as I offer my commentary. In this piece, what the author has done is he's captured the dialogue using unusual spellings to show just how his relatives speak. And if I remember correctly, this writer is Guyanese. So those of you who are Guyanese would understand some of the slang here or the way it's spelled out. Let me try to read some of this, and you'll see that feeling, the way it shows the way these people talk. And this is an uncle speaking, and he says, "Come here, boy, give your chacho Vijay a hug." So see how he's captured that Guyanese, and hopefully to the Guyanese viewers of this video, I've said it the way it sounds normally, And then later he uses, for example, what just because. See how he put the hyphen in there because that's the way the person speaks. What just because you're 17, 18 years old doesn't mean you can't hug your chacho. How you doing, boy? How they girls dem? A ho ho, you rascal. Obviously talking about the girls that this boy might know back home. Later, he uses the dialogue rebellious to emphasize the way that person spoke, and what me fa supposed to do, and so on. And you can read that dialogue. So you see how he's put it out there almost as it's spoken, not as it's spelled, to capture that Guyanese accent and so on. The only thing you've got to be careful of is if you really are trying to capture the accent, does the reader have to work too hard to process this, actual dialogue, the way that it's spelled? Because we're not using the words, the actual spelling of the words necessarily. We're accentuating some things. There's a fine line there, I think, between capturing it exactly as the person speaks and making it really difficult on the reader, as if the reader is translating another language. We don't want the reader to work too hard. So you have to pick your spots. I think this author has done a pretty good job. Maybe it could be toned down a little bit so we don't have to work as hard to process all the words. But do it. Try to show exactly how people talked, how they spoke. And then in the revision process, if your beta testers, your beta readers feel like it's weighing down a bit on them, then you can choose more standardized language in the quotations just to make it easier on the reader.